You've decided to have a dinner party. You've invited 8 people. So it'll be 10 people in all, including you and your spouse. And the main course is going to be rack of lamb, a special recipe that you've worked up yourself. It's really good. And you've discovered the perfect wine that pairs with rack of lamb. And you're going to open that bottle, have it ready to go for the dinner, when all of a sudden it occurs to you, one of your guests has just finished a second stint in rehab for alcoholism. So what are you going to do? Are you going to open the bottle of wine and present it at dinner? Or will you have a meal without any alcoholic beverages? Ethical dilemmas. We have them every day. And that's just an example of an ethical dilemma. That's what Paul's dealing with there in Corinth. People eating at temples, eating meat sacrificed to idols. Now let's talk a little bit about what's going on. The temples that dotted the countrysides in ancient times were like restaurants. That's where you went to get fresh cooked meat. You'd either buy it there and take it out, or you'd go there and you'd eat in the, I almost said restaurant, in the temple. But here's this odd new group of people calling themselves Christians, and they believe there's only one God. All these idols, they don't mean anything. They're not real. The real God you can't see. And some people who become Christians, they say, well, I understand that. You understand that. Let's go have some prime rib down here at Artemis's temple. But there's other people in the community who feel like if I go into a temple, well, that means that I'm observing, and I'm paying money for the meat I'm supporting. It's just not right. So it was an issue. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep eating the meat sacrificed to idols? Or are you going to stop for the benefit of the community? What do we do with ethical dilemmas? In Philip Patterson and Lee Wilkins' book, Media Ethics, Issues and Cases, they talk about ethics like this. Ethics takes us out of the world of this is the way I do it, or this is the way it's always been done, into the realm of this is what I should do, or this is the action that can be rationally justified. Ethics in this sense is ought talk. The questions arising from duty and values can be answered a number of ways as long as they are consistent with each other. Consistency, that's what we're after. Because if I'm not consistent in my ethics, I'm going to be a hypocrite. So I guess as Christians, the easiest thing for us to do to be consistent in our ethics is answer that age-old question, WWJD. You know what that stands for, right? What would Jesus do? And if we come up with that answer, then we've got it licked. Would that be the historical Jesus? Or would that be the mythical Jesus? Or would that be the metaphysical Christ? Or would that be the Roman Catholic Jesus, the Methodist Jesus, Baptist Jesus, Orthodox Jesus, the Jews for Jesus? Well, of course, we all know it'd be the Episcopal Jesus. See, there's the problem. So how do we get to a place of consistency in making our ethical decisions for the betterment of our community, for the betterment of ourselves, for the betterment of the world? I think if I'm going to be able to make consistent ethical decisions, I have to know God. Do you know God? Or are you here to meet God? Yeah, I'm here to meet God and I'm here to know God. For me to know God, the first person I have to know is myself. And there's 3 important steps to my knowing myself. Because when I get to that place of knowing, it's what Paul was talking about in his letter, the knowledge that we share. Here's the 3 steps. The first is obvious, commitment. I'm going to commit myself to the spiritual path. That means study, prayer, meditation, coming here, being a part of sacrament, being a part of a community. Commitment. Then the next step, acceptance. When I get to know myself, when I began that spiritual journey, I might discover a few things that I'm not really comfortable about that I had pushed off in a dark corner. Or I might have things that I really raise up high. Got to accept all that stuff and level it out. Absolute, total acceptance. The third step, after I have committed myself to the path, practiced acceptance, is to accept the confidence that comes from God. The confidence that rises from that place of knowing. So I will intuitively know from the committed study and discipline of spirituality, from the acceptance and knowing myself and knowing God, so I will have the confidence to make a decision that is the best decision. Because here's the tricky thing about ethics. There's rarely a right decision. There's always plus and minuses. That's what makes it so difficult. But I can make the good decision because it flows from that place of knowing. So the day arrives. The rack of lamb is roasting. The guests have received their hors d'oeuvres. And there stands the bottle of wine. What am I going to do? Am I going to go over and open it so it can breathe? Or do I put it back in the rack?